But, so, he road rages so bad. He rides people's asses. He is the worst. Like, it tears my nerves up. If somebody's doing 43 and he thinks that they need to go faster, he will, I mean, I'm talking about you can't even see their fucking tag. And I will, like, start, like, hitting my invisible brakes. I'll start getting, you know, I have to, like, cover my face. I start getting, like, extremely overwhelmed. And, like, I start, like, am ready for him to, like, rear end these people because he's so fucking ridiculous. And, so, I get mad when people pull out in front of me. Or I get mad when people are doing stupid shit, like riding in the middle of the road. Or, I don't remember what it was the other day on the way home. Oh, it was a Mustang riding my ass, and it pissed me off. And I was complaining about that because it's a big thing here. If you have a Mustang, I'm sure it's anywhere, but I think they got to go super duper fast. And I was doing way over the speed limit, and the motherfucker was riding my ass. And it was Thanksgiving Day, and there was a line of traffic in front of me. I couldn't go anywhere. We're on a super curvy road. There's no dotted lines. You can't pass. I can't go anywhere. There's a line of traffic, and this motherfucker is all over my ass. I'm going as fast as I can, and I was getting irritated. And he was like, don't you think you should shut the fuck up? Like, you need to calm the fuck down. And I'm like, this motherfucker is all over my ass end. But if it was the other way around, you would tell me to shut the fuck up and know how to drive it. But you know what I mean? It's just, he has something to say about me all the fucking time. Like, everything I do is fucking wrong. But when it comes to him, I have to shut the fuck up because he knows what he's doing. And, it's like yesterday, I was complaining about, I was like, I wanted some Chinese. I love Chinese food. Chinese food is, like, my favorite. But they were closed. And, he was like, well, make you something in there. And I'm like, well, there's nothing in here I want to eat. He was like, well, you fucking order the groceries. And I'm like, yeah, but what you don't understand is you constantly complain about the stuff I order. So all the stuff that's in here is for you. And he was like, oh. Because he got mad because I was complaining about not having anything to eat. So he wanted to be a smart ass and got pissed off and said something smart. And then I was like, but all this is your food. I didn't order me anything. The only thing I ordered myself was the stuff that I take to lunch to eat, which is fucking meal bars because I'm trying to lose fucking weight. You know what I mean? Like, all the stuff in here is yours. I don't want none of this stuff. I mean, I did it to myself, don't get me wrong, but like, I can't buy the stuff that I want because I can't afford to, because I have to get what he wants or he just constantly fucking complains. I mean, I just don't you know what I mean? It's like a damned if I do and damned if I don't. It doesn't matter what I do. It just, and then, but back to me thinking that I'm the narcissist. Like, I know that sometimes I go out of my way to, like, I want to punish him. I want to punish him. I want to punish him for all the pain that he's put me through. And I think I've always kind of been like that. I think I get to the point where people hurt me so much. And that's the thing. I put up with so much shit. So much fucking shit. And I forgive and I forgive and I fucking forgive and I forgive and I forgive until it doesn't matter. Until you push me too fucking far, and then I turn out like this, and then I start doing like vindictive, stupid shit. And I messaged a girl on Fiverr, I believe, about texting him to see if we could catch him cheating, but I don't really know if it'll work because he's too smart. I mean, it would work because he wouldn't have no proof that I had anything to do with it. But I don't know if he would follow through, and I don't really know if it'd be worth the fucking money. Plus, he would blame me somehow. I'm sure everything always ends up being my fault, regardless of what I do. Fucking no, scratch the shit out of me. But he was real mean yesterday morning, and then he come home being super sweet. And I tried to tell him about some creepy dreams I was having yesterday. And I had a dream that I thought somebody was touching my back, and it woke me up. And so last night, he was like, just so you know, he's like, don't get scared or nothing. He said, but I have dreams like that all the time where people are standing in the bedroom. And he said, they're not trying to hurt you. He said, I told you they weren't dreams. It's real. And I'm like, mine was a dream. He's like, no, it was real. And I'm like, why are you doing this to me? Like, in my head, I'm thinking, like, I told you it was a dream. Like the stuff that's going on is not stuff that, not that I don't believe ghosts are possible, but there's a logical explanation for the stuff that's been going on. Like, I have snow globes, and I had been cleaning up over there because I'd been putting some of my stuff away. And so before, I had one that was on a bookshelf, and it would, if it moved too much, it would activate it, and it would play a little tune, play a little bit of it. And so we come in the other morning and shut the door, and I think when we shut the door, it caused it to play. Well, he got weirded out. Well, my toothbrush is an electric spin toothbrush, and the buttons broke on it. The buttons messed up. Well, the other day when I was in the shower, and yes, I brush my teeth while I'm in the shower. I was trying to get a toothbrush to work, and it wouldn't work. I kept hitting the button and kept hitting the button, kept hitting the button, kept hitting the button. Well, after I got done brushing my teeth, I just had to hold it down. Well, after I got done, because the day before, I think the day before, I had actually dropped it in the shower when I was taking a shower for work. And I dropped it, like, from my head height, which is, like, almost 5 foot, and dropped it straight into the bathtub. And so I kind of figured it was probably going to be fucked up. And so the button wouldn't work, and I kept hitting it, kept hitting it, kept hitting it. Well, after I got done using it and I set it down, well, it kept going off, and it just kept going off. I turned it off, and it'd keep going off. It would just magically start up, and I'm like, well, the button really is screwed up, because now it won't stop going off. It just magically starts up. And he's like, oh, and then after I told him about my dream, then he's like, well, he's trying to, and then he's like, just know that they're not trying to hurt you. And he always talks about, like, demons and stuff being after him, and that he's a super spiritual person, and, like, if it's not in the Bible, it's not right, but yet he does all these things, and I don't know. I just, he, last night, he was complaining. He's got nerve damage in his foot. I'm pretty sure it's what it is nerve damage, because he ran away to another state with a girlfriend, one of his ex-girlfriends, and she dumped him. And so he had to ride a bike back and walk halfway back, and it was like 3 states away. So it fucked his foot up, which I don't know why you would take off, but anyway, he has no common sense, and she was one of the girlfriends he bragged about all the time. So he's got nerve damage in his foot, and last night he was talking about he wished he misses doing the food delivery job, that he misses it so much that his foot never hurt. And I'm sitting there thinking, yeah, you miss it, but you would never go out and work. Not only that, you didn't make any money, and I was hurting for money. I couldn't pay the fucking bills. Always late on everything. You have a good job making decent money, and I'm sorry that your foot hurt. Well, I didn't say this was what I was thinking. I'm sorry that your foot hurts, but I mean, he's done spent like $700 on fucking shoes, and nothing's gonna help. He won't go to the doctor. Instead of spending $700 on shoes, why don't you go to the fucking doctor? But he can't get any help, because if he gets help, if they drug test him or anything for anything, he's gonna fail, because you can't tell him anything. But instead of spending all this money on shoes and shit, why don't you go to the fucking doctor? You can't tell him anything. He does whatever he wants to. But so last night he just, for like 15 minutes, was talking about how much that job sucks, and how working 3 days a week is the roughest thing he's had to do. And I'm just sitting there thinking, and he was complaining about having to stand around doing nothing for like half the day. And I'm like, are you fucking shitting me? Like, I get that you have really long days, but you can take headphones and listen to music, and you literally can stand around making almost $20 an hour doing fucking nothing half the fucking day. Like, what are you complaining about? Instead of standing around, why don't you sit down for a few minutes? Why don't you actually take your fucking breaks instead of rushing back all the fucking time? Like, I don't understand. And I don't get him sometimes. I don't. But now, I don't understand. So now all I can think about, he's probably going to quit this job. He's getting close to getting hired in, which means that he'll probably get a raise and benefits. And he's probably going to fucking quit. Or he's not going to stay clean long enough, because he can't. But which, the bad thing about that is, if he does stop smoking his little vapes, he's going to treat me like fucking shit. And that's not fair. It's not fair, and it's not right. And all it's going to do is say, well, I ain't been able to hit my vapes. You know, I'm trying to be clean, because when he stopped smoking, he treated me so horrible. And it was always an excuse. Well, you know I'm not smoking. You know I'm not smoking. Or when he was doing patches, he was like, I haven't had a patch in 4 hours, so I'm sorry. And I'm just like, that doesn't justify what you're doing. I don't understand how you can justify the way you treat me. I don't understand.